fake. He's not important. This is me. I'm the real me. I'm crazy, out of control. I sipped 2%. Haha, I almost did it. I almost did it early. That would have been embarrassing. Not that it still isn't. I feel it. I out of the spot. I feel in the room. But I'm back, guys. Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris. And guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Folks at home, guess what? Are you in suspense? Well, I'll tell you what, okay? Let's get down to brass tacks, whatever that means, all right? I say it all the time. I still have no clue, but somewhere out there are tacks, and then there are brass versions of those, and whenever those arise, we have to just freaking clear the air and cut right to the chase. And again, I don't know how to cut it. It doesn't matter, okay? Metaphors aside, let me tell you what's going on. It's the middle of the night, okay? It is a late night episode. For me, not for you. You could be consuming this at any point in the day or time, space, future, doesn't matter, okay? Whenever you stumble upon it. Like, it could be the middle of the night for you. You could be sitting there in your bed trying to fall asleep, and maybe you're not because you need to put the phone down, Jack. Why are you watching this? Get off your phone, laptop, blue screen's off. But maybe if you haven't done that yet, you're sitting there thinking, why am I the only person awake right now? Everyone's asleep, okay? What am I doing? I'm so alone. Hey, you're not alone, okay? You and I, we're both failing together. But to everybody else who's a normal functioning member of society, who's on pace and rhythm, and they woke up and participated in the day, what's that like? Okay, I don't know. Now, here's the issue, all right, is that I have too much time on my hands, and what does that mean? No, it doesn't make sense. Listen, so normal people, when they have a lot of time and a couple chores to get to, they do the chores. And then they enjoy the even more splendid amount of time that they have. Not me, okay? I function better when I have little to no time, and I got to stick to my rhythm, my schedule, my routine, right? But when you give me time and just a couple things to do, I saunter, I meander, I freaking wallow around through the realms and don't do it, dude. It's kind of like if you got like a little bit on the wall, someone's like, hey, just paint those 2 inches right there. That's all I need. Just paint those 2 inches. Well, of course. Of course I say, yeah, I'll get around to it, no problem, all right? I don't want to paint the whole room. It's just this tiny, minuscule task. It's a 1-2 thing, fine. I go off, and I spend my time doing whatever I want because I'm put it on the back burner. Back burner. It's so easy, but eventually these things need to come to the front burner. But does it? No! Until the middle of the night, of course. So now, on the wall, there's just a couple little inches that were never painted, but here we are, guys, trying to get the wall back intact and rhythm. So it's going to be one of those later episodes is what I'm trying to say. When I'm a little bit off the handle, okay? I'm not all the way there, but when am I ever? I'm drinking 2% milk tonight because I've earned it. Not necessarily. I don't know how you earn 2%, but if there's a way to do it, I'd like to think I've done that in some way. So anyways, guys, I did try to, admittedly, start the show earlier, all right? Not like professional production earlier, but like 15, 10. Okay, it was just like 90 seconds earlier. I tried to start the show and I left my hair a mess, right? And if you've been listening to the show for any amount of time, I constantly theorize that if your hair looks like crap and you're like semi put together, then it offsets each other. It goes, wow, all this, it's part of the ensemble, right? It looks like it was on purpose. He means to do that, okay? Of course, if he had messy hair and he looks like trash, then yeah, he's having a bad day. But he put the effort in here. This must also be a part of that. I got on here, and let me just say, myth busted. All right, it didn't work, all right, or whatever sign language is for fail. It was awful. It was atrocious. I wish I had some sort of photo or footage, but it looked like this. Spare change, not okay. So then I ran upstairs and I thought, Tristan, you're going to shower and you're going to put the effort in. You're going to give the people what they deserve, dang it. But then I sat there and I thought, no, I'm not. So I ran my fingers through the water and just kind of did it up how I could. Like it's one of those things where you think, I could, I should, maybe, probably, yes, I will. But what if I didn't? And that's where we stood, There's not a lot of logic to it except for the fact that it didn't happen. A fake shower where you want to be presentable, you want all the effects and the results and the praise of someone who is clean without getting clean. And it's especially bad when you confront that truth. But you know what? We're here and nothing if not honest in the middle of the night. I did cut my hair recently, though. Myself, actually. This one. That's a Steve Martin joke. Well, it's not, but it sounds like it. But it really was just a single hair. I was trying to do it up, and I kept feeling like just a little bit of a hair was falling down on my face. And then I pulled it all down, and I never comb it out, but I combed it out, and sure enough, there was one about like 8 inches longer than all the other ones. So whoever cut my hair last, I don't know her name, okay? But you didn't do it all the way. You missed one. And I want whatever percent of hair that was to the percent of money I paid you back. Refund me. So I did it, and it was nerve-wracking, even though it was the one single hair, right? Could be thousands, millions, I don't know the math, but there was still pressure, and I rose to that challenge, and I don't know if that makes me a barber professional, but I feel like it just a little bit. So, yeah, we're trying to be put together. My hair, man, I can't stand it. I don't know how to keep it out of my face. I've tried the gel and even the hat sometime. Like, I'll just be wearing a hat and it just creeps down. It just, poof. But that's fine. We digress, all right? We're Late Night Tristan. Late Night Tristan has no worries. Late Night Tristan doesn't care about his hair, okay? If he cared about his appearance and he cared about his life more, surely he'd take care of business before the middle of the night, wouldn't he? That's my theory anyway. But I'm Midnight Tristan. Are my theories all the way exactamundo? Huh? Are they correct? Are they on point? Do they make a lot of sense? Of course not. But, contradictory. Midnight Tristan came up with that theory as well. So who do we believe truly? So what did I do today? What did I do in all my slacking? I went to Walmart and I freaking wasted time, dude. Okay, and when I say I wasted time, I mean I genuinely just it was supposed to be a 2-minute trip max. I think I in total spent about 3 hours away from home. How? Why? I don't even know. Just walking up and down the aisles for no reason at all. Just kind of seeing the people. How's this guy doing? Look at all these things. Look, items on the shelves, price tags. I don't know what I was looking for. Like I was trying to find some sort of new experience here. I've never been to a store. What's this? Wow, fluorescent lighting. Amazing. Traffic, fun. It's great. People are a little weird, but you know what? I am too. I feel like I belong. But yeah, I don't know. I just wasted so much time. I went there to go get a carabiner. And, man, that doesn't... You know what? Of all the words and things that we've canceled out, look at that. It's not offensive, but now I addressed it, and I feel like I can't even say it. A it is what is it fine to say? Look, let me clear this, okay? Again, brass tacks, clear the air, cut to the chase, all the analogies or whatever. I'm not racist, all right? However, I can see and admit the fact that that's exactly what a racist would say. Unfortunately, the phrase, I'm not racist, has got to be one of the most quoted phrases by racists. Probably second only to I am racist. But, that's what a racist would say. Why? Because someone who's not racist is not constantly having to defend that notion. Someone who isn't racist doesn't have to keep going, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. The phrase I'm not racist means that someone else had already implied that you are. So, effectively, if you are racist, you would be saying that quite a bit. So I don't even know if I want to say that. I don't even know how. Look, I'm not racist. All right, fine. But anyways, I went to go get a clip. I got a freaking little belt loop thing. Put the keys on. It's a care clip. Okay, why can't they just let it be that? I don't know. I wasn't there back in the olden days when they were naming things, but I have to believe somebody just snuck that one in right there. Okay, they just sneak a little racism in every word. And you never know where it's going to come from. And sometimes you pay attention to it, sometimes you don't. And I feel a little bit bad for even pointing it out. And again, I want to say that I'm not racist, but if I say that, I don't even know how to get away from it. And the more attention you put on it, it feels like the more I got to defend myself. And no one's even pointing fingers at anyone but me. I got to cut it out. But yeah, there's lots of words like that. I mean, think of like salt and vin, right? The point is, dude, I'm not racist, okay? But I don't want to say that. But to say that I don't want to say I'm not racist is probably we're edging towards that number one seed of you're not going to defend it. Now, if you're like, I don't want to say I'm not racist because then people are going to think I'm racist. And someone says, hey, buddy, I think you're racist. And you go, I'm not going to deny that. Who's this guy? What kind of the stupid logic? This guy makes no sense. He must be recording a podcast in the middle of the night. So anyways, you got to be careful of that. If you are racist out there, I would say steer clear of both those phrases. In fact, well, I mean, I guess my number one advice would be to just not be, but then don't. It's a whole catch-22 thing. At the end of the day, care clips and other words, whatever. So I went to Walmart, and the roads were particularly wet today. Okay, and when I say wet, I mean slippery. All right, I was driving, and every time I hit the brakes, I felt like I was just sliding a little bit more than normal, which is weird because it was pouring rain yesterday, and I felt just fine. It wasn't a car issue, but it just felt like it was slippery or slip. It was freaking slick, dude. And I didn't feel safe, quite honestly. In fact, on my way to Walmart and on the way back, there were two. Count them, two. All right, shouldn't be too hard, but that was way more than I should have seen. Accidents, okay? There were accidents, all right? Slippery for everybody. I don't know how that happened, but I passed them. I thought, see? It is slick for everybody. It's a scary time, and unfortunately, when you want to go and spend a couple hours in Walmart, you got to fight to get there. It was pretty tough. What was cool, though, is on my way back out of Walmart a couple hours later, so surely these ambulances took a time. This isn't actually cool, but I'm, on my way back, the the paramedic, they were coming behind me. And as everyone was peeling off to the side of the road, I knew that they were going to have to come to the intersection, turn left. So I just kept going straight, man. I was like, I'm not stopping. I know where they're going. Trust me. I know where they need to be. So I kind of felt like I was, smarter than everybody, which is a rare occasion for me. So back in Walmart, I was doing absolutely nothing. And again, prayers up to those I didn't mean to spit on the prayer, okay, for them or for the Lord when he gets those, like, oh, just, get this out of here. He seemed a little British, Lord. But crazy in the midnight hour. So anyways, yes, back in Walmart, doing absolutely nothing, walking around. And the reason I find myself spending so much time in these just normal places is I like to run into random people or random things and events. You never know what you're going to get out of it. Like, for instance, I ran into a very sneaky Asian lady. Is that not, I don't mean, I'm not, how do I address that? Look, not all Asian people are sneaky, although you can be if you want. I'm not trying to say she is or wasn't. I just mean I'm painting the picture. She was an Asian lady. She was a person that was creepy. Snuck up on me, okay? Whew. I don't know what's happening. So I'm sitting there, right, looking at the Milky Way, and as I'm picking this up to think, wow, $2 for a freaking bar, that's a lot of money. And I turn, there is this person, the sneaky Asian. Okay, now I feel like if I'm not saying it, that's even more racist to think you're just going to wash that out. Not even going to address your appearance at all. Okay? I'm out of control. What do I do? Well, I'm going to commit, all right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to stay strong because only a racist would actually quit and be weird. It's not racist to address or talk about, and I'm trying to paint a picture of the story of what these people were and what they looked like and their actions, okay? And I don't want to say I'm not, or if I will, or if I was, or if I am, but how do I not? So anyways, guys, sneaky Asian lady. Amazing. She was great, but the interaction I had with her wasn't. So I hold up this candy bar, and I turn around right in my face. I go, "Huh!" And I jump back, and she goes, "Have a good day." And then she whisks away. Now, she did work at Walmart. I should also preface that. Okay, she wasn't just another customer wasting no time. She was wearing the vest. And it spooked the crap out of me. And I don't know if she had a smile when she said it, but it was quick, it was fast, it was out of nowhere, and it didn't really feel like a wish or a good day. It almost felt like a threat. Like she'd say, "Have a good day." And I admire that a little bit. There is something to be said. I've always theorized that there's a wishing something is not getting things done. Sometimes you got to get in someone's face and you got to tell them, "Have a good day." Tell them, "Hey, pray for those people who got in those car accidents. You better do it." All right? I'm not going to wish you or ask for prayers or whatever. You just go out there and do it. So I kind of admire the fact that this sneaky little Asian lady, again, it's not part of the race. I'm just saying the adjective. She told me to have a good day, and I wish she would have said, "Have a productive day," because then I would have got out of the Walmart, I would have started doing stuff and been on top of my day, but I didn't do that. Following that, I was in another aisle. I was in, I don't even know what, I think it was the electronics or something. Again, dude, I went through every single one of them, so it's hard to remember exactly. And there was this, how do I do it? Black gentleman, okay? Now I'm saying he's a gentleman mostly because we were standing next to each other and he walks past me and says, "Excuse me, sir." And I was like, "Well, that's a gentleman right there." It was, what followed was he walked past me. It was kind of one of those things where he walks and he's, "Excuse me," he's going to keep walking as if we're going in separate directions. We were not. I was also done looking coincidentally at the same time he was. So he says, "Excuse me." I say, "For sure." He walks past and immediately I follow. Now, he walks a good 20 feet. I'm still following him. Like, do I need to pump the brakes, give a better following distance or what? I don't know. I want to slow down and make it even more weird. So now I'm following him and we're kind of going stride for stride. It looks like I'm chasing him as if he, when he said, "Excuse me," and cut me off, he's like, "Was I not a gentleman enough? Was that rude the way I did it? So is this guy trying to come beat me up? What's the deal?" So he keeps walking and he looks back at me and I go, "Yeah, I know. I'm still here." And we walk and we're still going. And then I'm like, "You know what? I'm going to go to the freaking toy aisle." Okay, I'm going to the toy, then I'm going to go to the bike aisle. You know who went to the freaking toy and bike aisle? I kid you not. This guy. And as he makes this turn, all right, and we pass all these Lego sets, he looks again, sees me, eye contact. I go, "Oh, gosh, am I being suspicious right now? I think I'm the suspicious guy. What am I doing? I need to freaking get out of here, okay?" And this is where I decided I was going to go to the bike aisle on the other side. And then the guy goes over there, and I'm like, "Oh, man, I got to get out." And then he moves, and then I'm following him, and I just should have stopped because he was going that way anyway. But then he turned around and looked at me now, and this is where I say he was suspicious because the fact that someone keeps checking, why is this guy following me, made me feel like he was up to no good. Not saying anything, but I'm not, he's not, we're not all together. You know what the deal is. Point is, it was very uncomfortable for the both of us. Hopefully he found whatever he needed to. Eventually, I just booked it, and I ran out. And I went to go find the carrot thing. So, yeah, that was pretty great. And then I did also run into this white degenerate guy. Not saying all white people are degenerates, although they could be. But this guy, he it's not degenerate. Degenerate's not the word. Inconsiderate. Not saying all white people are okay. Can I be racist towards white people? Is that fine? Can I do that? I am racist towards white people. Take that. I'm not. Am I? We'll think about it later. You know what? How can I be? Look at the stuff I drink. Wait, is that... Dude, this is why it's so hard to do a show alone. It's because you sit here and you think, what's going on? Where am I? Am I projecting how my brain's actually working, or am I making it worse the more I talk? Should I just shut the camera off and restart? Most people probably want to go, "Yeah, why did he let it go?" I don't know. It's the middle of the night. I got stuff to do, kind of, and I gotta let it fly. But I want you to know, okay, I mean no ill will. And also, the further along we get into the show, I forget everything I've said. I don't know if I need to retrace my steps, or kind of put out the press conference and say, "But, ladies and gentlemen, this is not what my client meant by this when he said the things that he said. Clearly, he's a good guy. Although he is in the middle of the night, he needs to be on top of his things better." Excuse me. It's all that 2%. So, yeah, this guy, the white gentleman, he had his cart and he put it in the aisle, and we were in the tent section at this point. Why was I looking at tents? You tell me. So I'm looking at this tent right here, and this guy walks past, and he kind of puts the cart right next to me. Now, I wanted to look to the tents to my left at this point, but he sets his cart here, and he walks away. And I'm like, well, it's right on that. I want to look at that bottom shelf, and I'm trying to look at it. Is it that important? No. Nothing mattered. Nothing, no part of this trip had any impact on my life whatsoever. But I wanted to look at these things because they had these. It was a big, 6-person. It was a double wide. It's not super fascinating, but at the moment it happened, it was, and it was inconvenient that the guy left his cart there. And I thought, hey, this guy will come back. You don't ever touch someone else's cart. This is Walmart etiquette. Not that there's a lot of it there, but the one few unspoken rules are that you don't touch another person's cart. Okay, so I'm sitting there. I'm thinking, I want to move this cart, but I shouldn't. I can't. I won't. Surely this guy will come back. This guy never came back, as far as I know. I gave up and I left, but I waited probably a good 15, 20 seconds. No, it was about 3 minutes. The guy never showed up, and I never got to really look at those tents, okay? So I don't even like camping. Again, not that big of a deal. But you know what? What if that was something I wanted to look at? What if that was very important? What if that was the exact thing I came to get, and it was right there on the shelf, and you left your dang cart in front of it, man? Huh? If you're gonna, you can't just leave a cart. It's always center lane. All right. Now, we can theorize and argue and debate about that. Like you're taking up even more space if it's not on a wall. But to me, hey, especially if someone's in the aisle, you don't park it against the wall. Parallel park it right in front of me like that. Get out of here. So he never came back, and I never got to see these tents, and I'm not a big fan of it. And he left his cart in the way. So gosh, freaking dang it. So that was it, man. It was a lot of time wasted, and now I feel even worse that I wasted that so much time, and I recalled the stories, and I painted the picture. But yeah, no, I'm committed. What am I talking about? I'm not feeling bad about anything. But if I did, and if I was, then I am feeling bad about it. But if I'm not, I can't even address and say that I'm not. So who am I if not? Can't. What time is it? So anyways, guys, I left Walmart. Shut the podcast off. So anyways, long story short, I spent a lot of time in Walmart, and then I left, okay? And despite the roads being so wet and slippery, I really wanted to ride my motorcycle because I haven't been able to ride it a ton because it's freaking crappy out, and it's always raining. So I really wanted to just rip it around, wet, soaking in the rain for some reason. But I did already get in trouble, and I felt like that would be a bad idea to do that because, I was riding without a helmet, all right? Now, I know I'm a grown man and whatever, and it shouldn't matter what my mom thinks, but I do care what my mom thinks, and I was riding without a helmet, and she came out, and she freaking... I was scared, dude. I haven't been scared by my mom ever. Really? I mean, not because she's not scary, but she doesn't try to be scary. So I was sitting there, and I rode out. I'm like, hey, Mom, this is pretty cool, huh? And it felt like she's like, well, if you're going to die, it's going to be by my hand, boy. So I felt really bad, and I haven't ridden it because I didn't have a helmet, and then it was also raining. You don't want to double down, make it even worse. And look, it's completely fair. I'm not going to criticize or argue the fact that she's worrying or cares about me, okay? Like, if I'm like, well, I just don't even get it. She doesn't know how easy it is and whatever. No, all right? Now, whatever I can think and be like, well, I'm on the bike. I know more. I understand the perspective of what's going on. I'm going to say point blank, I apologize. Straight up. That was my fault. And I felt really bad that I upset my mom at all and made her feel bad and made her feel scared, all right? That's her golden child out there, riding without a helmet. That's not fair. So I did apologize, and I tried to reiterate, okay, that it's not the greatest reason to get a motorcycle. The motorcycle is to go fast and go free. But the truth is, I got a motorcycle, kind of the idea for a golf cart, all right? Just like leisurely. I don't want to go fast or crazy or weave through. I want to go slow and just bling, 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 all right? I'm talking Paperboy style, just around the block chilling. Who's that guy? Oh, does he live dangerously? Probably when he's not just doing circles. But we see him right now, and he looks pretty comfortable and chill. But it's hard to explain that because most people have motorcycles, live dangerously and ferociously, and everybody else in my family, they're more daredevil-y than I am. I'm not really, I'm not to go crazy. I value my safety a lot, okay? And that's not because someone else says you should do that. Like your parents go, you need to watch out. You need to be more careful. You need to take care of yourself. I don't do it because they're worried or because they tell me to. I do it because I genuinely care. I want me to be okay. I care about me a lot because I think I'm unique and talented and special and handsome, all right? And with that kind of narcissism, you have to put you first. You have to make sure you're okay. Not for anybody else, but for me. So I do prioritize my safety more than anybody, as much as, you want to feel like you're looking out for your kids more than they do. I do, because I know how important I am to the world as a whole. So I'm not going to do anything dangerous or go crazy in any way. But to be fair, to my credit, I did try to go get a helmet, okay? I drove multiple hours away. I ordered a helmet, and I reserved it online. I looked up a very good grade one, okay? One that was going to protect me in case I fell, which I shouldn't because I'm just, leisurely, like retirement home kind of style. Also, that is what I was doing. I wasn't on the roads or doing anything crazy. I was just playing around like practice mode, like it was a parking lot. And our block, lots of dead ends, lots of elderly people, okay, easy to impress. So it's not like there was cars or traffic or anything. I'm just, throwing papers if I had them. But I wasn't doing anything dangerous, and I'm still not going to. But I didn't have a helmet, and that wasn't fair, and I'm sorry, Mom, again. I want to reiterate that, because even after she kind of made me feel bad, she was like, I'm sorry that I made you feel bad. I was like, Ma, you're the freaking... you're the good one, all right? My mom's an angel. She's a saint, and I feel bad if I ever make my mom upset. It's, you should never just give someone that kind of power and be like, listen, if they're ever upset, that means you're in the wrong. But, bam, you are, all right? And when she came out, I thought maybe there's a case for myself. Maybe I'm not actually that bad of a guy, and little... me popped up on my shoulder and thought maybe that was going to be a good version of me, a good conscience to say, hey, it's not that bad. Get over, man. It's going to be okay. He went, you're freaking wrong, dude. I went, what the fuck? And then I turned over here hoping that another guy would pop up, and it was me again. I'm like, oh, there's the good one. He goes, you're still wrong, dude. I go, oh, okay. Let's go. Let's go say sorry. But I did try to go get a helmet. I ordered it. Very good grade. Prioritize my safety. I go there, and I get to the counter, and I pick up for me and, all the steps, and I'm trying on this helmet, and he say, yep, it's great. Let's ring it up. I pay for it, or I almost pay for it. He goes, all right, that's going to be about $450. Excuse me, sir. How about what? All right, this was a $100 helmet, which I thought was more than adequate amount of safety and dollars investing into my health, all right? Now, do I feel a little bad that I didn't go all out? But, it was more about comms and Bluetooth and technology and whatever. But I had to correct the guy. I was like, no. Take all the fancy gimbals. I'm going straight bare bones safety, bare bones safely. And then he said, oh, yeah, there seems to be a mix-up in the system. I'll go and get those ones for you for sure, no problem. They're out, all right? The one that I wanted, they're out. Keep in mind, I drove all this way to get this one specific helmet that I ordered because it's going to be safe. I spent the time and the effort and the money to get a safe helmet, and they didn't even have it. Well, how about that? So instead of buying any helmet, I didn't get one, and I had to reorder it, and it's going to take a few days now. And then I made the foolish decision of, driving through the elderly neighborhoods fine, but without a helmet, and I made my poor mom feel bad. So anyways, that's kind of what's been going on. So I especially did not feel like driving in the rain and making things worse. And that's where we are. Especially, also you see a couple accidents. I definitely should be like, whoa, these guys, and they're in cars and they're freaking in the hospital. Let me go ride a motorcycle in the rain without a helmet. All right? I am smart. Come on. Kind of. I don't know. What is a midnight me without a little bit of confusion? So Mother's Day. Hey, it's the mother of all days. Mother's Day is coming up, guys, and I already blew it, so there's no hope for me. But for you guys, keep it up, do something special, take care of business. I got to figure out something quick. I got to get back in the good graces. I don't know how. I really don't. Just throw the bike away, maybe, completely. Like I said, again, dude, I'm only going to go leisurely, casual. Might as well get a Vespa. Wing, wing. Sip some coffee. I don't know what people with Vespas do. But, as a golden child, it's important that I get back on the top. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. But my mom is the absolute best, all right? And she is the greatest. She is just one of a kind, and I couldn't be more thrilled and excited to have my mom be my mom. Now, this isn't a bragging kind of show. I try not to come on here with good news and tell you good stories where things went well for me, all right? I like to stumble over my words and make it sound like I'm a worse person than I am, all right? And that happens a lot. And people see me out in the world and they go, hey, man, you're a really genuine, sincere guy. That's wrong, dude. He's not even real. I'm real. If you see me out in the wild and you think, man, that whole heightened version of you podcast, you're silly, goofy, it's a performance. It's a character. You're so genuine, sincere, and wholesome. No, he's a fraud. He's a fake. He's not important. This is me. I'm the real me. I'm crazy, out of control. I sip 2% and accidentally flip over my words and dig myself in a hole that isn't exactly true, but I can't say that it's not true because I already established the rule that if you say it's not true, then it's true. So then what am I? What does that mean? I'm insane. Deal with it. But you don't have to, okay? Hey, shut up, sincere Tristan. You don't matter. I'm the guy in charge here. So anyways, what was I saying? My mom's the greatest, man. And I never want to do anything to hurt her or make her feel bad. And I try not to brag, but I'm going to brag and say I've got the greatest mom. And I'm brownie point secured, hopefully, because Mom, I love you. So, yeah, I am very grateful. I don't know. We'll have to do something. Speaking of great parents, though, all right, it's not Father's Day, but I also want to say that it's not just my mom. My dad also freaking rules, all right? I've had so many impulsive and ambitious things. I'm like, I'm going to go try and do this now. I'm going to go try and do that. Part of it was the motorcycle and all these different things. Immediately, all right? Like the inconvenience it takes to stop what he's doing to put his stuff on the back burner. Like, I have too much time today. My dad had like none. And he still finds a time to fit all my crap in. And I'm like, oh, no worries. This is the good thing. This is my idea, but I get it. Like, you got all this stuff. He's like, hey, son, we got this. And sure enough, we go on these big adventures back to back to back, and we're just the crazy stuff and a crazy amount of effort. And so not only grateful for my mom, but grateful for my dad. My dad freaking rocks, dude. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of grand time. And, I always had there's 4 of us, okay? So there wasn't a lot of time with your parents to have one-on-one time because you can't just leave the children. All right, go fend for yourself. This is private bonding time. I had it with my mom because I went to private school at home. and I got to kind of have those moments and those fun bonding experiences. But with my dad, I didn't get a lot of the one-on-one stuff. So it's always good to, even if it's a fail, even if I have this idea and it doesn't work out, it's always fun. It's great to, just kind of spend some time with my dad and not have to worry about those other fools, just me. And he's like, finally, the golden one. I go, I get it. I know it's been hard to get a hold, but hard to get to you. We're here. Let's have some fun. So it's been great, man. I love my parents. I love my family. And that's it. All right. Shut up, real Tristan. I'm back. So, guys, I'm crazy, and I'm about to say some more things off the rails. Are you ready? Get ready. If you're not, if you already were, stay ready. I'm kidding. Dude. Never again. We're not recording the podcast in the midnight hour, past the midnight hour, over the midnight hour, with any of the midnight hours, because it is not ours. These hours, not ours. Ooh, that could be a rap lyric. Speaking of rap, dude, segue alert! I was going to speak about all that whole, Kendrick and Drake beef and all that stuff, but, everybody's on top of that. Everybody has... It's for Gen Z and millennials, it's getting more coverage than the Johnny Depp Amber Heard. You know how most parents and moms especially, they were following that thing closely, this and that, and all the dudes are everybody they're already up to date on the whole Kendrick and Drake thing. But for somehow reason you didn't know about it. Just lots of bars, okay, lots of bars, all right, rap, accusations, crazy things. Drake had the final song so far. That's where it stands. We don't know if there will be more. But Kendrick had said a bunch of stuff and some crazy stuff, and his greatest defense was basically to say, no, that didn't happen. And then Kendrick didn't release a following diss track back after that, which almost, in a way, it's like a weird thing in the rap game, with the diss tracks going back and forth. It's yeah, I got the last word. I got that guy, all right? I made him look like an idiot. I won. I got the last hit. But if the guy doesn't respond, it's almost the audience dictates, was it so good that he has no rebuttal? Or did he not do good enough that the guy's I don't even to put another one out. Your last word, you could have the last word. That was your last word? Ha! Go ahead. So pretty crazy. I mean, it's kind of just saying, he just went in there just saying, I'm not. It's the same thing as saying I'm not racist, quite honestly. You just go in there and you start defending stuff. It makes it look like you are more than that. Now, Drake, I don't have any advice for you. Clearly, my whole philosophy in this idea is crap. Because the second I introduced it, I've been falling all over the place. But you know what? It doesn't matter because, well, I don't know. I'm not a rapper. Ha! I don't know, guys. Good luck in the world. I don't know. Man, this is fun. It's fun and crazy. It's crazy because I'm worried about what I'm saying, but at the same time not. There's 2 sides of me. That whole sincere, crazy little bit I was doing. They're both fighting, angel, devil, shoulder, and then this one's kicking his butt, and he's going, And he's like, no, there's 2 of me. It doesn't matter. So in pop culture news, dude, speaking of all the rapping in the friggin' media and whatever, I'm really amped. The new Planet of the Apes movie just came out, and I'm so excited, dude. All right, I love those movies. Okay, if you love monkeys and you love war, and you love it when monkeys have war and then they take over the planet, which isn't great for humanity, but it's like they're so cool that you're kind of like, dude, you do your thing, man. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to go see it. Just came out, and it's getting some good reviews. All right, I'm getting excited. There's something about just chimpanzee violence that everybody loves. There's no way to hate on it. You go, what? Chimpanzee, gun, horses, flips, wreck, screech, teeth, whatever they do. Lots of hair. We love it. We eat it up. So that's really the biggest headline I've seen in movie news. I did see, though, that Marvel was cutting down on all their stuff. They came out with a strict program from now on that they're like, we're only going to do 3 movies a year, which still feels like a lot, and 2 seasons of a show. And it's hard because I do love all the Marvel stuff, but it's so... It sucks when everything's intertwined together because it feels like homework at this point. You're like, oh, man, this new season came out. You're like, oh, but I didn't watch the last season and a half of this or the show, or I caught the ending, or you didn't see the end credit scene. Now you don't know why this and who this character is and why they're meeting together. So you can't even get into that. It's like constantly trying to read the 45th book in a series that just came out. Like, oh, my gosh, the 45th, we're all amped. They're like, dude, I got to go through how many years of all this before I could even go to the movie with you? Meanwhile, the new Planet of the Apes movie, right, sure, it's the 4th one in the series, but you're like, oh, what? There's chimps? It's the freaking Planet of the Apes? All I need to know. Go for it, man. Get that. So it's pretty cool. And then, lastly, this was the most reason I wanted to transition to any sort of pop culture news, is that I saw that Finding Nemo 3's coming out. Finding Nemo 3! I don't even know. Why? How is that even possible? He's been found. He already has. His dad found him. Dory found him. Pretty sure Nemo found himself in the end, which also, that's very philosophical. I like that. Maybe that was part of it. But you know what? Nemo, he's not hiding. I don't know why there's a Finding Nemo 3. I don't like it. I'm against it completely, okay? Because you're just sent. Here's what I don't like, all right? We've already established I don't mind sequels. Planet of the Apes, love it. But there's this thing where people, they feel like they have to do random sequels and spin-offs and the reboots, okay? Bring in something that happened about 20 years ago, bring it back because, oh, that's quick cash. People are familiar with this guy. No problem. Like, look at the Planes movie, okay? The spinoff of Cars. Raise your hand if you saw the Planes movie, all right? Nobody's hand should be up because even if you saw it, you're too embarrassed to say you went and spent your money on it. It's a stupid, I don't like it, okay? Don't try and just cash in. It's like the Fuller House. Like, you just play on the nostalgia. You take a movie that we've already seen and you go, well, wouldn't you like to see these characters again? And repeat the same similar story. And yeah, it's fun for a second, but there's no need for it. Go and make something cool. Again, love sequels. Planet of the Apes. Rules. I'm excited. But Nemo, dude, he's not hiding. He like, how many times can you go find this guy? You guys need to find some new ideas. I'm not a fan, guys. I'm not a fan. Cheap shots. Not what I said, but what they do for money. So anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much all we have to talk about. I don't know what this episode's supposed to be called. I don't know what. I'm so kind of all over the place. I did not even finish my 2%. I have to cut back. I'm going to have to go to 1. So, whatever it was, I appreciate you being here for it. All right. And we are not going to do this again unless it goes well. I still have to edit and I watch it back. And if I laugh and I think this is a good job, then we'll be back with it. But then again, that's midnight Tristan reacting to it. So I'm going to go to sleep, come at it with a fresh set of eyes and think, you know what? Did he make his point or did he come off like a racist idiot who hates Disney? I have no idea. But let me just set the record straight. I love all people, most of them. That white guy really bothered me, though. I'll never know what that tent looks like. And I like most Disney movies. I don't like Finding Nemo 3, even without seeing it, okay? Shut up, Nemo. You know who you are, and you know where you are. Don't let these guys feel like you haven't been found. You know where you are. I'm not racist.